Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking, our Captain Clyde's MTG, and we've got some new stuff popping off. I had to make a video for. Go check out those, Baldur Gate box openings. You'll get a kick out of it. You can laugh at my despair, um, and you never know, you might even get surprised when you watch them. But without further ado, we have some good things to talk about today. We have a new ban announcement that came out yesterday, plus Fortnite cards have been revealed finally, and we have all the leaks and pictures for you right here. So, without further ado, let's get into it, because boy, we got some stuff to show you. So, the trade tables and seat backs in the full upright position, we're getting ready to take off into Lulu Land as we get to look at some very silly nonsense. So, we'll start off with the latest banning. Um, so apparently in Alchemy, grinning ingus has been banned. For those of you who don't know what that is, um, it's a 1 red 2 mana spell or creature. It's a 2/2, comes into play for 1 red. You can tap it, put it back in your hand, and get a red and 2 colorless. Apparently, um, there's some kind of combo with this, with which who would have thought, with a card that you could constantly just get mana out of. So yeah, I don't know exactly why this is banned, and since it's alchemy, I honestly don't care to look. So sorry, but if you're one of those degenerates out there playing this card, sorry about your luck, because they wouldn't ban it unless it was absurdly broken, and they definitely wouldn't ban it in alchemy because only anybody plays it. But anyway, so moving along, let's get along to the good stuff, which is the Fortnite news. Call it good if you want, but it's whatever it is. So what was revealed today was the two drops are titled Secret Lair Fortnite and Secret Lair Fortnite Landmarks and Locations, latter of which is a 5-land full art set, one of each type, and the main drop features the following 7 cards reskinned with Fortnite art and names. So, not to spoil the fun too fast, let's take a look at the land first, shall we? But before that, you probably want to know that both these sets on Secret Lair Wizards Coast has asked not to spoil a secret card that will come with it, which, Lord have mercy, God knows what that might be. But they don't have all the details for these drops just yet, but both of these drops are going to go on sale starting July 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Secret Lair website. One thing here, they say here, one thing that we can assume is that the fancy box they arrived in is not standard. I don't know about a fancy box, but we'll take a look at it and see what they consider fancy. So, without further ado, let's hit them lands up now that you know how and when to get it. So first off here, we have your basic forest. I like there how it says the Weeping Woods. It's not too shabby. Looks like your basic Fortnite background, I think. Next, we have the Full Art Mountain. You got a little tower in the back. It's in the mountains. It's red. You know, all that good stuff. Moving on, you have the swamp, which this is the unswampest swamp I've ever seen. It almost looks like a forest. If you didn't know that this was like lily pads and stuff. But anyway, take it for what it's worth. Next, moving on, we have the island. I gotta say, the little shark thing's kind of cool, but at the end of the day, eh. And then finally, we have the plains, which apparently means farmlands. Fair, source to plowshare is in white, so I'll give you that one. But it's an awful lot of greenery going on here. Maybe some wheat fields, like over here, but over here. Anyway, so there are your 5 basic land drops in full art that you're going to get as one of the Secret Lair drops. Now, let's take a look at the actual cards that are in the set. So for the original drop, we have the Battle Bus. For those of you who don't know, this is a remake of Smuggler's Copter, which is just hilarious in every sense of the word. For those of you who don't know, Smuggler's Copter is a 2 casting cost artifact that's a 3/3 of flying. It's a vehicle. It's just funny that it says when the battle bus / Smuggler's Copter attacks or blocks, you may draw a card. If you do discard a card, it crews for 1. This is a very broken card that was banned in several formats. But But I've got to admit, if they're going to make something the Battle Bus, yeah, why not this? The only other thing I would have said I would like to see as a Battle Bus from Kaladesh is probably the boat. If you don't know what the boat is, look up the boat. Anyway, the next card they have is called Battle Royale. So for 2 green and 2, it's an actual reprint of Triumph of the Hordes. Now, this is from back during the Phyrexian era, for those of you who don't know. It's a sorcery that says, until end of turn, creatures you control gain +1/+1, trample, and infect. Which is pretty sweet, but I don't think it has a lot of value. Um, and, I mean, the picture's fine and all, but it's a very interesting card to choose for Battle Royale. Just saying. Alright, so next we have Dance Battle. And this is the just creepiest card I have ever seen. But if nothing else, it is very iconic to Fortnite. For those of you who don't know, this is Dance of the Many from way back in the day. So for 2 blue, you get an enchantment that says Dance the Many enters the battlefield. Create a token that's a copy of target non-token creature. When the Dance Battle leaves battlefield, you exile the token. When the token leaves the battlefield, you sacrifice Dance Battle. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you play 2 blue. So not the best card, but I could definitely see where this fits into this archetype. After that, we have Supply Llama. That's right, Supply Llama. Also known as the Ethereum Sculptor. So for 1 blue and 1, you get a 1/2 artifact creature, Vulcan Artificer. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. I don't know why this is the Supply Llama, but there you go. It's the Supply Llama. You know, I almost think it'd been better if the Supply Llama was like, I don't know, Smothering Tide, Mr. Remora. Something that just supplies you with stuff for free. But anyway, this is fine, I guess. Moving on, next we have the Cube, which is the Planar Bridge. So for 6 colorless, Planar Bridge is a legendary artifact that says, for 8 colorless and tapping it, search your library for a permanent card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. Not a bad mythic. I guess this card's okay. I'm not a real big Planar Bridge guy, but I mean, if this is something you want, I guess have at it. Moving on, next we have Crack the Vault, which is actually Grim Tutor. Yeah, that thing. So, Grim Tutor, which is 2 black and 1, sorcery, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, and then shuffle, you lose 3 life. So we have another Grim Tutor reprint. I'm not going to lie, I like the picture on this. And this is actually a pretty cool card to reprint. Again, though, not really my jam, but at least can give a little respect where respect is due. This one's not too shabby. After that, next we have the Shrinking Storm, which obviously would be Wrath of God. So 2 white and 2, destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated, and it's sorcery. I don't remember this from Fortnite, so you guys might have to help me out in the comment section. Not gonna lie, I haven't played Fortnite in a very long time because you know, my kids don't live in a house anymore. But anyway, yeah, Wrath of God's a decent reprint, so this is kind of cool, and the art is actually relatively nice. So it's not gonna be a money card, obviously, in my personal opinion, because Wrath of God has been printed a lot. But there you have it. So next we have. That is it. But here are the boxes they were talking about earlier. You know, it says they're not going to be standard, but I mean, if you're referring to the fact that they don't come in those little sleeve boxes anymore and they're back in actual boxes, sure, they're not standard. But I don't see anything special about these. Maybe I'm wrong. But again, this is a picture. I could be wrong. I could be lying. And I also could be right. But anyway, that's not the point here. The point here is here's what it looks like when it's going to come in the mail. So instead of the thin sleeves that we saw for a while that they were packaging them in, they're going to go back to a box for this particular set to make sure you get something kind of cool. It looks like there's the box, right? The top, this is the bottom. And then this is the sleeve that will go over top of all of it. So, yeah. And with that said, that is everything. So there is your Fortnite spoiler for those guys out there who must have Fortnite cards. Me personally, I mean, Fortnite's okay, but this is not going to be something I pick up because, one, I'm not that big on Fortnite. Two, this is a really random mix of cards. I mean, it's cool and all, but I would like to play with them at some point. And going long term, I'm not sure how they'll age. Speaking of which, that reminds me, I probably ought to do a investment video on how Secret Lair has been aging, so you guys actually know what kind of values you can get out of it, or maybe even expect, right? And that's probably a good conversation for later. But until then, remember, like, comment, subscribe. The comments down below feed the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please sub up. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you've done everything you can to support the channel, I thank you. I thank you for one, and for two, links in the description to the eBay store where I've listed all kinds of new stuff on the store. It helps support the channel and the box openings that are coming up, i.e., Double Masters. And then also, there's a link to the Patreon page where if you want to sub up monthly, you can get sweet deals on eBay discounts and free swag. Also, there's a link in there to the email. Feel free to reach out and say hi. And as always, until next time, be kind. And I hope to see you across from the game table. Man, I tell you what, that Fortnite stuff could have been a lot better. Whatever.